This NFL Week 7 recap and Monday Night Football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Oh, it's just horrible. Just a number of horrible picks on my behalf.
Really?
Oh, Jacksonville money line, horrible.
Well, that was
Tennessee plus the points, horrible.
Yes. Okay.
Chargers laying the points, horrible. You want me to continue?
I don't know. I just seeing what specifically you were talking.
Props were good. Once again, the props bailed me out.
Props
15-1 anytime. If you listen to the VSiN show, Daniel Bellinger, my God. The Knicks dart rushing touchdown parlay.
Congrats on that. Congrats on the big cover by the Giants. I was on the Broncos, unfortunately, but hats off. That was a great cover by the Giants.
It was a nice cover.
It was. Congrats.
And I would say if you told me that was the result of the game beforehand, I would have taken it.
Do you want to start off with that game? Game of the day. New York
Giants.
Wild
ass fourth quarter.
Yes, the Denver Broncos win the game 33-32. They do not get the cover. Spread was of course 7 points. We Kevin Harlan pointed out NFL teams had won 1,602 consecutive games when leading by 18 points in the final 6 minutes of a game. Just huge game for the Bo-Leavers. Never lost faith. Never doubted that Bo would be able to climb back, get this game into the W column. And he, I mean,
Deonte Banks entered the field. Everything went downfield from that downhill from that point.
Who are you shoving in the locker for the Giants?
I mean, you're once again talking about the defensive coaching staff.
Okay.
You can talk about the interception from Dart, although he played, I think, what would be considered a very serviceable game for a rookie on the road in Denver. The offense in general, I don't know who you would shove in the locker. There was definitely some conservative play calls, I guess, down the stretch, but all in all, they still went on and drove down the field, scored that touchdown, much like the Cowboys game. And what does Shane Bowen do? He comes out in a drop 8, rush 3, do nothing about it. If you want to zero in on one, like, what is the point of that defense now for a second time? I don't quite understand.
Brian Burns was vocally yelling.
He was in a walking boot. I mean, I also losing Holland and Adebo, your best 2 defensive backs, didn't help. And Burns being out, he left the game, or he left the stadium in a walking boot. So hopefully just an ankle sprain. But yeah, I mean, why you don't have Dexter Lawrence on the field to rush the passer in those situations? Why you wouldn't continue to be aggressive? I don't understand that at all. And in general, I'd imagine when I go back and rewatch this, 2 things I'll notice. One, the defense got gassed at elevation. You can understand that, but not having your dogs out there.
What do you mean not having your dogs out there?
Dexter Lawrence was not on the field for that. Are you listening to me talk?
No, right I'm
yeah, no, I don't know.
They just didn't play him because he was gassed, or what do you think?
He played on the next 2 snaps, but on the first down, they went down the field for 30. I don't quite understand. And I think based on the comments from the players, they don't understand either. At least the defensive side of the ball. They kind of threw him under the bus already. It turned out positive when they beat the Eagles. They're like, yeah, we were getting up his ass about being more aggressive. That was the quotes from Burns, from Dex, and then to come back and just sit back and be aggressive in the beginning of the game, which got you to a point where you then could make a historical blunder.
Yeah, there were crazy plays. We had 2 touchdowns off deflections. We had Yeah, just a kind of a wild game overall. It was
Deontay Banks really was the difference, though. Once he came in the game, you just started noticing it. Big play for the Broncos. The Bo Nix rushing play. Go back and watch it. Look who's standing there like a little bitch, not trying to make a tackle. He really brings the whole team down. So I would say if you asked me 2 things I would look to change for Monday: cut Deontay Banks, fire Shane Bowen. Dable knows that he's trying to save this thing that he's got. Clearly, he was right to pound the table for Dart. Clearly, the offense is playing better. If you had told me, Sean, that they were going to be without Malik Neighbors and Darius Slayton, and they were going to go to Denver and score 30 points, I would have said, "Holy shit!" And so, I think rightfully so. Everyone involved should be pissed at the defense and the defensive strategy, and I think that falls on one person's head.
Brian Dable.
Oh well, but he will fire the defensive
coordinator. Do you think he
will
fire the coordinator this year?
To have 2 games that you should have beaten, one against your division rival Cowboys and now the Broncos, you lost in the exact same fashion. So I would I say normally I'd say no. I don't think they would just fire, but yeah, I think so. I think you're going to see this, and then who knows? Because you can't lose. Well, you can lose a game like this, and there's still positives to take out of them. It's just they're nothing to do with the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, no, it was.
But the offense. I mean, again, everything else about that game, I think there's a couple drives you can say, hey, they were a little conservative there. But if the fault was that they had a short drive because Dart was taking shots down the field, I'm fine with that. If you're going to tell me, they should have, he shouldn't have scored on that first play. They should have run more clock down. Fuck off.
No, that was
a great drive.
Well, also you have to score the touchdown. You can't mess around.
Also,
and not
great
score.
Drive, great offensive drive.
Yeah, I think that PI was a little questionable, but
yeah. And then you have petulant. Here's a crazy ass thing. Sean Payton gets praised for running onto the field like a madman, getting a penalty.
Who's praising him?
I just heard Scott Van Pelt talk about it.
Oh, he
how
said
intelligent of a play it was from Sean Payton.
He said he knew he could get his money's worth.
Yeah, that's just a crazy thing to praise someone for.
I don't know.
I'm not anti Sean Payton.
It's a veteran coach move. It's like when a manager gets in the face of an up.
I'm just saying some people would get called losing their mind. Sean Payton is making a strong tactical decision.
Yeah, I mean, when you win a Super Bowl, you're successful for years. You get the benefit.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was crazy. That was a crazy thing to do. And also, so for those who are like, "Hey, that was a bad call," I agree. That was a tough call. It didn't matter because your coach ran on the field like a moron. That's a fact.
Well, but I mean, he wouldn't have ran out on the field if they didn't call the flag.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, but I'm saying if they don't call the penalty, then
that's fine.
Okay,
still acting like a crazy person.
Yeah, he's an NFL coach. They're all crazy.
And again, I thought, basically the Broncos couldn't do anything until the injuries occurred to the Giants secondary. So there's also that. So although you want to,
sounds like moral victory for the Giants.
Moral victory, no, but again, rookie quarterback making his 4th start. Yeah, you're not mad at this outcome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean
it's a horrible outcome, but you're still happy. Like the quarterback played great.
Yeah,
and that's really all that matters at this point. Is that not? That's not how you would.
I would be
handicap the situation.
As a Giants fan, I would be pissed they blew the game.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
But what else? How else are you going to judge it? I already explained to you how the defensive coordinator needs to be accountable.
Yeah, I would be pissed at the head coach for letting this game slip through the cracks.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, if I was you, I'd be criticizing Dable more for some of these losses. That's as an outsider.
Him and Kafka put together an offense without their top 2 receivers against the best defense in the league with a rookie quarterback, and they should have won the game. I think, I can criticize his lack of micromanagement of the defense. But yeah, no, I think there's also a ton of good that came out of his coaching. So as much as I'd love to crush him,
yeah,
and I'm not advocating for him to get any roses out of this, but you have to look at that. And he hired the defensive coordinator, so that he's accountable for that. But I mean, if the point is to find the franchise quarterback, identify the franchise quarterback, and show that the offense can work with the franchise quarterback. That's all positive.
Well, like I said, congrats on the Bellinger hit. Other games, we got the 6:30 London game. Rams get the win, get the cover, blow out the Jags at home in London, 35-7. Hit my Devontae Adams anytime touchdown. Got the first part of my Degen parlay correct. Devontae Adams 2 touchdowns. He ended up going for 3. Parlayed with Gadsden later on, which, man, that was an incredible sweat. He got 1 and then just couldn't get that second because the Chargers offense sucks. Chargers suck. But the most annoying thing with the Chargers is they had a play designed for him earlier in that game that got like near the goal line that got blown up that should have been a touchdown. And then so his first touchdown in another world could have been his second. So that was annoying to me. But yeah, it was I was pissed at myself for not locking up the Rams. They're a much better team. Certainly there were maybe some bad calls by the refs there, but this Rams team is for real, and they traveled well. They didn't seem to miss Puka. Offense was carving up the Jags. Trevor Lawrence seems a bit lost out there, and Liam Cohen with a couple coaching blunders. Where are you at with your Jags, Ryan?
Well, starting with, I'd love for someone who covers the NFL to explain to me the travel rules, because now teams are not getting there at the same time. It seemed to definitely matter. And again, there were conflicting reports, but it sounds like the Rams got there much earlier. They were much more prepared for the travel. My take on Liam Cohen would be, I'm starting to wonder if he is one of these coordinators who has fits.
And the Rams arrived 24 hours before kickoff.
So then the broadcast was just completely full of shit.
I mean, this is according to CBS Sports, and what I heard was the
Rich
same
Eisen
thing.
was doing this whole, to quote Decker, shenanigans. Talking about fucking.
This is a quote from McVay. We'll travel to London tonight and get there Saturday morning. Have a walkthrough and let the guys be able to relax and get some rest. McVay said, then we'll be ready to kick off at 2:30 p.m. London time. Guys are excited about this business trip, et cetera, et cetera. So they came really late.
Yeah. I mean, again, I thought teams traveled at the same time. Yeah. As far as the Jags, I mean, bad. It seems as though he's not trying to use to one of the Brian Thomas either was completely fraudulent last year, or
it feels like a mental thing because he still is like getting open.
He's running crossers. He's running. What are we doing? I thought he was going to run in the Mike Evans role. I haven't seen Mike Evans run 5-yard crossers in a long time. I don't quite understand what's going on, and I thought this was one of those games that was over very quickly.
Yeah.
It was almost like there is no adjustment to be made. And now 2 weeks in a row, it looks like Trevor Lawrence looks like Daniel Jones from a couple years ago, where initial read's not there. Play's going to be.
He just seems a little lost out there, and they have plenty of weapons.
Maybe he needs a sprained ankle for a couple weeks.
JJ McCarthy plan.
Have some coaching moments.
Kansas City Chiefs 31, Raiders 0. Wow. So the Raiders are just horrible. And in hindsight, it probably was the Chiefs were probably tired of hearing about the Raiders always giving them trouble. This Raiders team is just dog shit right now.
He's still got that. I think Pat Mahomes has that Kermit thing on a loop.
Well, but they still, even after the Kermit thing, I feel
I don't understand. They typically in the past they have had good defensive game plans.
Yeah.
This team is out on everything.
And I think just the offense is obviously not helping them at all. No Brock Bowers. They cannot figure anything out.
Jacoby Myers was inactive, surprisingly.
Yeah. Rashi Rice gave them a nice boost for the Chiefs. So
that was easy money.
Yeah. That was they were clearly going to get him.
There were some obvious prop angles this weekend that hopefully everyone took advantage of. But
yes, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. No major takeaways. The Raiders are dog shit. Getting cute, probably taking them with the points here, but I thought we'd see a pulse out of this Raiders team.
No, I don't think. My takeaway isn't that we got cute there. I think that the game started poorly for the Raiders, and what they're like, just no defensive game plan.
They never had a chance. Raiders are complete trash.
They said, you know what, Patrick Graham, we'll take everything underneath. We'll take it all, and they just kept letting him have it.
Discord line is open. I see Olan calling in. We'll bring him on when we talk Bears here in a little bit. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns get the win in the cover, 31-6. This was, I mean, Kramer, you locked it up. We discussed a number of props, including
pleaser leg.
Yeah, pleaser leg on the VSiN show. Judkins having a huge game. Even Bowser calling in longest field goal made over 27.5. Just it was like hit it right away.
It wasn't even windy or cold. Tua still looked like ass.
Judkins was interesting because I don't think he went over his yardage prop. And
no, we had a conversation about this on the prop show.
Yeah.
That's why I took the carries, because it was like, what if it's just a sloppy game? Now, it wasn't a sloppy game. It just they were kicking their ass so bad they didn't have to run. He didn't get 30 carries. He got
25 for 84, but 3 touchdowns.
And his number climbed all the way to like 95 yards. So
Tua passing yards under was one of the easier props of all time.
What did he throw for?
Even 100 yards, 3 interceptions.
You and I both locked in a under 199.5. Do you want to take a guess at what this number closed at?
Well, our buddy Brad, who works at the Home Depot warehouse in Kansas City and hates the Chiefs. Fuck the Queefs. Shout out to you, Brad.
Shout out to Brad.
I think
Brad also likes the finer parts of Vegas.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
He loves whores. Now,
please.
He hit me up. He said
transactional sex.
He said, "How low would you take it?" Because the number had gone down a bunch. Or he's like, what price are you willing to play it? And I go, I don't know. After like 190, 185, I guess it gets because it's so much different from when it opened. But clearly, he was just never going to get there. It was never even close.
Yeah. So what do you want to guess at what it closed at?
Oh, sorry. 185.
177.
Oh my God.
And you could have obviously played the alts all the way down. I did. I saw someone touting an under 150 alt. So.
Oh wow, nice. Shout out to that.
The price was only like 12 to 1. It just seemed like it wasn't a high enough price for like an absurd under.
Yeah.
But a cash, so don't be price sensitive.
Easy money. New England Patriots get the win in the cover on the road, 31-13. Titans hung around early, but then game got away from them. Titans are horrible. Chig, who I thought like maybe get some receiving yards going. No, Cam Ward looks horrible. I mean, I'm willing to give him a shot on a competent team with competent head coach, but I don't know if that'll ever happen to him.
But Sean, the ball slipping out of your hand backwards like that's not a coaching thing. And again,
no, he's looked horrible.
We called this out. We were the biggest. We followed Cam Ward, big Cam Ward fans. We were watching him at Incarnate Ward. But those last seasons at Miami, he was loose with the ball.
Yeah.
And there's great throws, great comebacks, but also boneheaded plays. And this is now like there's like 3 examples of this now, Sean, where he's like, the ball's just like leaving his.
Whoop! I just always think of Bourbon. Whoop!
But isn't that like an indicator of a bad court? Like, does he have small hands? Yes, we missed that.
Dropping the ball or just letting the ball fly out of your hands
but
is
specifically horrible. In the throwing motion, the ones where like you go,
he's had a number of them.
You go to throw and somehow the ball just starts floating like Matrix style. Yeah, what do we do with this Titans team now? They just didn't get a dead coach bounce.
That was their only hope.
Mike McCoy's horrible too.
Yeah, which is no surprise, but you're at home. You're a dog facing a team on the third road game. This is your get up spot. And shout out to the Pats.
3 straight road wins.
This is a nice win for the Patriots. They've gone on a nice road streak. Obviously, Drake May playing really well, and Pats look good. Recurrent.
Yeah, it's why
Mike Vrabel is instantly turning this team around. I was a little skeptical it happened year 1, but they're certainly ahead of any schedule.
Yeah, I think Drake May is making some plays. He's still making some. There'll still be some moments, but it hasn't mattered yet. And I think for all the, I feel like a lot of people put Ravens and Bills in their division parlays, lock it up, and the Ravens and the Bills are both very, very much at risk in their division races.
Oh my God, the Ravens!
That was like the lock. That was the mortal lock for everyone. It wasn't the Chiefs. It wasn't the Lions. It wasn't some of these teams where we're starting to be like, damn, or at least not me, but some people should be like, damn, I should have been looking at these teams and not the Ravens and the Bills as the locks.
Yeah. I just took a look at my Steelers to win the division, even though they lost to the Bengals. Still feeling decent about my plus 700.
The Steelers losing to the Bengals though was a little bit of a kick in the nuts because of how many divisional games the Ravens do have left after the bye.
Yeah, and very winnable. Clearly, I mean they could have won that game. It was a wild ass game. Well, let's go back and recap that. I don't think we officially talked about it, but Bengals get the win outright and obviously cover 33-31 at home. Joey Flacco just lighting them up. Number of touchdown bets came home. It was a fun game to watch. Freiermuth 2 touchdowns, and you could have paired it reverse correlation with the Bengals money line. Kicking myself. I was staring right there. We were right to in the first touchdown market. Go after the tight ends. Kramer, you hit the first touchdown. Jonnu Smith, nice cash by you.
Arthur Smith is just doing he's living his best life with all these tight ends.
Well, and I am just rock hard about Joe Flacco to have the most passing yards in the AFC North.
If that market was open today, what do you think his odds would be?
I have no idea.
He's leading, right?
Yeah, because he had 382 passing yards.
I think your biggest. So
Lamar was on bye too, so that helped.
But how many yards is Lamar behind him? It's a good amount. So you're gonna need to fade Lamar and I think injury.
Yeah. Well, and then obviously Aaron
Rodgers is out.
Joe Burrow could come back, although I guess I'm a little skeptical.
What do you mean? They found their guy. They don't need Joe Burrow. Rest up for next year, kid. Joe Flacco's in town. It's got to piss Joe Burrow off that they got a backup quarterback who's slinging the rock with the name Joe. That's like the time he got robbed during Monday Night Football. Now he's getting his name robbed from him.
Yeah, I mean Joe Flacco. I'm seeing if I'm doing the math right here. He's sitting at 1376. He's thrown for 561 in his 2 Bengals games. Lamar Jackson 869.
Is Joe Flacco?
Aaron Rodgers though is in the mix. He's at 1270.
Yeah.
A-Rod was throwing it, Ryan.
Yeah, you saw the stat on that Hail Mary at the end of the game. It was. As
someone who took a little sprinkle of the Bengals money line, I was nervous about that Hail Mary.
It was the long. It would have been the long. Now this is obviously a lot of guys have thrown incomplete passes that could have been completed, but it would have been the longest completion since 2017, and it was like 69.8 air yards. That dude, I mean, Sean, that's someone who's basically our age. Imagine being able to throw the ball 70 yards right now.
Yeah, I tap out.
Mahomes can't do 7. We just watched Mahomes try to do 70, not even close. How many quarterbacks in the NFL? This is why they need to bring that back, the QB challenge. How many quarterbacks in the league do you think could outthrow Aaron Rodgers' 70-yard throw?
I'd like to see Josh Allen. I feel like
a handful of guys like that.
No, I mean
Caleb Williams probably could. I mean that. I will say I can see why he's a sexy quarterback.
Cam Ward might be able to throw pretty far, not accurately.
Anthony Richardson.
Milton, let's put Joe Milton in there. Well, Anthony Richardson's he's rehabbing from his rubber band injury. Oh God, what a team! All right,
that's the ultimate Berman.
Joining us on the line, Bears super fan. I see him in the Discord. Olan. I'm inviting him to hop on here.
Oh, boys.
There he is. Bear down. What's happening, Olan?
Man, all right. Bet wise, Jesus Christ, I lost my ass. I think Miss Oman may get to peg me a little bit to try to make some of that money back.
Okay.
Thank God for my second half teaser and parlay.
There you go.
Man, we're talking about that Bears win, y'all.
Let's go.
That was a team win. It was good. It was solid. We're looking like a real fucking team. We're getting the points. We're winning the tough games. And then let's talk about Jordan Love barely beating Jacoby Brisket and the fucking Arizona Cardinals. I mean, come on.
That game was so annoying. As someone on Cardinals money line, damn it, they had that game. They had a chance. They just let them hang around too.
Packers should have lost that game.
Yeah, yes, but they did. I actually smashed the Cardinals money line at like 2 a.m. last night when I got the update, like their plane was stalled or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck these cheese-eating motherfuckers. Let's get them.
Bears.
I don't understand how a pro team ever suffers a delay like that.
Yeah.
Because their owners are a bunch of factory workers, man. They fly Spirit.
Well, Dick Puncher called in on the pregame show and he said, bump any commercial flight that's leaving Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They would be happily take our plane. Let the Packers get to the game.
Yeah.
If people could afford to live Wisconsin, they wouldn't live there. Dude. Come on now.
That's also true.
Alon's getting them all in there.
Bears get the win into the cover, 26-14, covering the 5 points, bringing my lock home. Shout out to you, Bears. It was a little, it had some sloppy moments, but I think the Bears defense looking pretty good. I think the Saints
4
on the road.
takeaways.
Yeah, 4 takeaways. Great job at turning over Spencer Rattler. And I said it. You can't take Rattler on the road. You can maybe take him at home. He's a little frisky there, but I think this Bears team, they've won 3 in a row. How are you feeling about the rest of the season?
And he's got to be so pissed off because now Caleb Williams has done it to him again at the pro level.
Spencer Rattler, feeling very confident. I'm not going to be in like 300% just because we are probably in the toughest division in football. But when the Lions lose tomorrow to Baker fucking MVP 30 plus 3,300 Mayfield, dude, we're gonna have the Lions will be 4-3, the Bears will be 4-2, the Packers will be 4-1-1, and then the Vikings are just like doing whatever they do, like scolding each other. This season, this division is amazing. This whole season is amazing. We are 7 weeks in, and I don't think you would say clear cut. There is a number one dominant team. I mean, you had the Falcons smashing the Bills, and they get smashed by the Niners. The Chiefs are finally on a roll, but it was against the Raiders, so it was going to last. I mean, the parity this year has been so awesome. Fucking good.
Yeah, it's all.
You have to asterisk that and say outside of the Colts, the parity's been great.
Yeah, Colts are
Let go of your hate, Kramer, Daniel Jones.
I just said it.
Colts are the most dominant team. Colts are the most dominant team in the NFL right now. And I thought they had a very low ceiling. I said sprinkle worst team, sprinkle most losses.
Quite opposite.
And I did not see number 1 seed.
Most points maybe.
Yeah. Who would have thought after week 7 the Patriots and the Colts would be leading their fucking divisions? Like
Patriots, you could at least make a case. Like, hey, Vrabel turns it around, Drake May year 2. The Colts, it was like it just revolved around Daniel Jones having an MVP like season. And I like Jonathan Taylor. I thought he would have a big year. I made him my number 1 fantasy running back, and still I didn't believe in the Colts. But
this is why the NFL is the greatest sport on earth. The parity is real. It's
awesome.
Fucking good.
Any given Sunday.
Well, and the AFC has just turned into a dumpster fire.
It's
and
weird.
Now the NFC's dominant. Like, what the hell is going on, man?
No, it makes it exciting week to week. All right, Ola, appreciate you calling in, man.
Love, peace, and hair grease. Bears, fuck the Packers.
The Bears get the win and the cover. And Ryan, on our bonus survivor entry with our buddy Daps, we were on the Bears. Daps was saying maybe Pats. And it's we talked it out. We got a consensus play on the Bears, and they got it done.
Which also would have been had our survivor had the Cardinals not blown that game.
Yes,
we would have hit the Raiders last week. We would have hit the Bears this week. So, and for those wondering, the map has Baltimore next week against Chicago. Okay. Now with our entry with Daps, it's always this kind of hilarious conversation where we expect Daps to take the most obvious chalky position,
but hey,
which has been hitting.
Yes,
and we kind of try to do the whole
we do a little cute. Hey, we know a lot a ball.
Kansas City's on the holiday games. We might want to save them for later.
I think saving Kansas City. I mean,
a lot of people played them, so they're going to be a great piece for one of the holiday weekends.
If we can make it there, I think we'll be in a much better spot having Kansas City available to us. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles win and cover against the Minnesota Vikings and Carson Wentz 28-22. They're calling it a skull fucking Ryan because Jalen Hurts, they talk so much shit on him and the Eagles, and he responded with one of his best games of all time. Played a near perfect game, 19 of 23, 326 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, Devonta Smith, 9 for 183 and a touchdown. You look at every sort of stat was this Vikings pass defense is so good. AJ Brown got 2 touchdowns, 120 receiving yards.
They just went down the field. Like, it was one of these things where when you watch the Eagles, Jalen Hurts clearly has some limitations in where he can throw the ball, but down the field isn't one of them. And I don't quite understand where this was in the game plan. Go like the previous couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean they just they were more aggressive pushing the ball downfield. Still haven't been able to get the running
Barkley's
game going.
hurt. I think that helped them get away from it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's banged up or what's been going on. The offensive line, the interior offensive line is a real issue. Cam Jurgens, their center, he's been nicked up. He went out. So we'll see what they end up doing there.
Yeah, but the story of this game, I mean, you watch this game. One, you were clearly you were annoyed that there were a bunch of people here. Two,
oh, it's great hanging out.
Oh yeah, once the Eagles game was over.
Yeah, then you can hang out.
But
it's a lot of pressure watching your team with a bunch of other people hanging out.
But I mean, do they win this game if Carson Wentz isn't the quarterback of the Vikings? He made some just classic Carson Wentz.
That's just that's Carson.
I'm pulling out the 95 Pino.
Jalen Carter blew up their offensive line, got us,
it's just the same like Cam Ward stuff where it's just like you have those whoop.
It was the real Carson Wentz experience where he made some big plays. He had 2 of those 3rd down runs on 3rd and 10 in that last drive.
Oh my God.
He threw that ball to Hawkinson, which they overturned correctly because it was incomplete, but
hard to kill.
He was I don't know. I didn't think yes, he played horrible because of the 2 turnovers, but that's Carson Wentz. Like every sort of look at the game, that first game they lost in Europe. He played good except for the turnovers.
That was always the problem.
That's always his problem. So it felt very on brand with Carson Wentz. You said if Carson Wentz doesn't play, well then who is the quarterback? Because JJ McCarthy, I feel like the results are pretty similar.
Yeah, yes. I think obviously yes, because Kevin O'Connell will not. He's protecting his baby. He doesn't want to put him out there for scrutiny and negative comments again. And so yeah, I guess I mean, and after seeing that, like, what do you think Schefter does? Do you think he just goes and gets lubed up, and the agents just put their fists square in his ass and say, this week you're going to do a video on the pregame show and post it to your social media where you explain that JJ is more hurt than we thought.
Yeah.
And he's not coming back until he's 100% healthy. Like, what the fuck? That's not insider information.
No.
Carson Wentz is starting this week. That's the information. That's your job, Adam.
Yeah.
Your job isn't to tell me that baby JJ is hurt and is going to miss some games. This is comical. I don't understand why Kevin O'Connell gets a pass.
Well, I think
because he's good at scheming an offense, and it doesn't really matter who his quarterback is.
Well, yeah, I think what's annoying as an outsider is clearly they don't want to play him because they don't think he's ready. And so they're doing their best to protect him. But
he had a year of VR, Sean, while he was rehabbing. So much so we were told he wasn't going to be considered a rookie this year.
Oh, and it wasn't a second surgery on his knee, Ryan. You're wrong.
What? It's a continuation surgery. It's like the NBA.
Yeah, it was a cleanup.
He already had picked up his dribble, so doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't. This Vikings team is super weird. Does JJ McCarthy play on Thursday against the Chargers?
Well, obviously the Schefter video is setting up for it's a short week. He's not going to play.
Yeah.
Now, here would be my thought, because you're right. Like, Carson Wentz isn't that far off. You have these receivers that just get open. You have a scheme that creates openings for the receivers. You have TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Mason running well. Why not give them all the reps? Give yourself a chance to win. Why are you making this season a developmental season for your boy JJ?
And they have to be regretting getting rid of Sam Darnold. He won 14 games. You ran him out of the building. Yeah. Why not just another? And when Sam Darnold eventually hits the wall, then you put in JJ McCarthy.
I'd say just be careful. Brian Flores is pretty litigious. He might find some legal loopholes.
I was hearing
here.
So much about Brian Flores, and they play a lot of zone coverage, and Jalen Hurts doesn't do well against the zone, and he's not going to be able to handle the pressures. I thought Jalen Hurts played an awesome game.
I thought specifically their secondary got roasted by AJ. Well, AJ's just once he beats you, that's a hard cover, but Devonta Smith just absolutely shredded this secondary.
Yeah, he's most receiving yards in a game so far this season.
And I would imagine, I don't go back and watch all the Eagles film, but I would imagine he's probably open like this a lot, and Hurts just hasn't been getting him the ball. So, I mean, we saw it against the Giants. He missed them wide open running down the field, just like the play that he converted against the Vikings. So
good win for the Eagles. Offense looked good. Defense played well. Got some injuries, but big game coming up Sunday. Carolina Panthers 13 at the Jets. 13-6. Get the win. Get the cover.
Jay, it looks like
what do I say about this game?
Justin Fields soft benching with a
they brought him back, and I was not.
Did they follow the concussion protocol properly, Sean?
I was not totally locked in on this game.
We need to investigate. How did he come back in the game?
It was brutally ugly, but Carolina gets the win. It was a Sophie's choice. Do you take Bryce Young on the road, who is also dealing with an ankle injury now?
And Andy Dalton back.
Andy Dalton came in. This Jets team is just horrible. So
there's soft benchings all going on all over the. I mean, Aaron Glenn. Is there a chance he doesn't survive the year?
Oh man, it's tough, but I don't.
The pressure of getting a win is going to continue to mount. Like it's, I mean, how many winless teams are there?
What are the positives?
How many winless teams are there? Zero.
Or I mean, one besides the Jets. Yes.
Besides the Jets, how many 1-win teams are there?
I think the Dolphins.
The Dolphins are a 1-win team, so the East has two of the worst teams in the league. You also have other 1-win teams. The Titans.
Oh, you're right.
Equally bad. No real. Ravens are one of those one.
Oh, teams. That's right.
And the Saints, who you would not put in the same category as the Jets right now. At least I wouldn't. And so yeah, the Jets and the Titans are in a clear race for most embarrassing team. The Titans have already fired their coach. I guess Tua is probably right there behind, but at least they got the win against the Jets. but if Mike McDaniel gets fired today or this, after this week, at some point Aaron Glenn's the next man up, right?
I never thought you could get fired your first year as an NFL head coach, but I don't. Yeah, what are you looking good?
Well, the argument for him would be like, well, we didn't draft a quarterback. We don't have a quarterback. We have Justin Fields. And the response would be, well, Mike Tomlin didn't have a problem getting to the playoffs.
Yeah.
With Russ Wilson and Justin Fields last year.
They should go back and give him coach of the year for that. The Colts 38, get the win and the cover at Chargers. Sweating out that potential. Gadsden second touchdown. Didn't get it done. You know who else didn't get it done? Justin Herbert. Bad game by Herbert. The red zone turnovers are real. For as much as the Herbert stands will say
his offensive line's horrible.
His offensive line's horrible. What? What is it about Justin Herbert that people love making excuses? No one goes, he fucking threw it right to the guy in the end zone. The Colts guy, he threw it right to him. Why does he not get any shit for his 2 interceptions? They were bad interceptions, and he was unpressured on both those.
Because the offensive line is like wheelchair status handicap, right. And so you're not gonna go yell at a guy in a wheelchair like, "Hey, buddy, you're moving kind of slow." I think with Herbert.
So you are in the
No, I'm explaining the argument.
Yeah,
I know it's hard for you to do that sometimes. I'm just explaining the argument for. It's not like they're missing a couple guys. They're missing their starters at every position, multiple tackles.
Yeah.
I did think this was a matchup where he was going to play well. I thought this was a matchup they could take advantage of that secondary. And, I think probably the Colts being a wagon and getting up and making the offense a little predictable, taking the running game away from Roman was tough. But yeah, I thought the offense as a whole didn't play very well. I thought there were a lot of bad drops. I thought, there were there was a lot of completable or convertible plays that, whether it was because it was a bad throw, because a lineman made an egregiously bad block, or because a receiver dropped the ball, it was kind of a team effort. So I wouldn't come out of this saying but with Herbert personally.
Yeah,
I thought he was just as complicit as the offensive line and the receivers.
I thought they had
receivers were dropping the ball all over the place. Quentin Johnson making business decisions.
Yeah, honestly, it probably doesn't make a difference what they do on the offensive side, because Jonathan Taylor, which again was in my head, I'm like, but what about Jonathan Taylor? He's going to run all over these guys, and I still picked the Chargers. He goes 16 for 94, 3 touchdowns. Daniel Jones played very well, didn't turn the ball over. That's the difference in the game. That's why the Colts won. That's why the Chargers lost. Daniel Jones outplayed Justin Herbert by a decent amount. Justin Herbert 2 horrific turnovers. Daniel Jones didn't turn it over.
We watched this game closely. He never has to get to a second read.
Yeah.
Steichen,
their offensive line is much better than I thought. I think he's playing well.
I think Steichen went to Thailand, wherever Kingsbury found that playbook.
He's scheming up good stuff, but again, Daniel Jones outplayed Justin Herbert in this game, and it wasn't close.
Yeah, I would
100%.
I'm not going to disagree with that comment, but I think the coaching aspect of it was a lot like the scheme. Like we kept saying it, just like Decker was losing his mind. Every time they went for it on 4th down, easy conversion. Every time they needed a play, easy conversion. And a lot of it was either run the ball or play action off the run, guys wide open. It's wild watching this team play right now. There's not like if we went back and watched, there wasn't a single play where you're like, damn, that was a dime of a throw. Maybe that Alec Pierce throw
for Daniel Jones. I thought
maybe the Alec Pierce
his ball
throw.
placement was great, and he didn't throw horrible interceptions like Herbert.
That's the key thing. But I just it's amazing that we're now 7 weeks into a season, and his first read throw percentage is still sitting north of 70%. That's crazy.
Yeah. And again, I think Herbert deserves more blame for this loss than he'll get, because if
he's not going to get any blame,
I know, and that's why I think it's crazy.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point.
The interception in the end zone. If there were guys open, you convert that. That changes the game.
But it's almost more like if he somehow closes, like if this game becomes close in the end, it becomes oh my God, did you see how good Justin Herbert was? Versus the reason that they're getting their ass beat was he wasn't playing well.
Yeah, I guess
like,
I just
to have a great comeback, you have to have this huge deficit, and I think for whatever reason, maybe the same reason we give Kevin O'Connell a pass on all this stuff. Herbert, he looks good.
I don't think he deserves a pass. Washington, Dallas Cowboys destroy him 44-22. Ryan, I'll say this: we were very skeptical of Jaden Daniels being able to stay healthy with his style of play. He was dealing with a knee injury. Now he's got a hamstring. He just takes a bunch of hits, and he wasn't looking good before he got injured.
I am very skeptical at this injury news.
What?
I watched him. What do you mean? I watched him go down. I don't know if this. I think there is a knee injury and a hamstring injury. Okay. He was grabbing his knee. He went down and he was grabbing the side of his knee. It just feels like they're now going to hide something. But I thought take the injury out of it. You know, like you were saying, is he this year's CJ Stroud? Because Drake May's playing better than him. Caleb Williams is playing better than him. Bo Nix, you maybe could say at times looks better than him. Michael Penix at times at home. Maybe is he the 5th best quarterback in this class now, Sean?
He has not looked good. He just has.
Some are saying.
Many are saying.
Some.
He looked horrible.
And do you think it's I keep saying this to you. The offense might be expiring. The expiration date.
I mean, you know, they'll say, well, we were out without McLaurin, Devo, Hurts was hurt.
That's fine.
Everyone's got injuries.
Yeah. Injuries are part of the game.
Packers get the win. Don't get the cover 27-23. Oh God. So annoying as someone who had Cards money line, because you saw it coming a million miles away. They just slowly let the Packers hang around. And this is a loser team, a loser organization. Jacoby Brissett played as well as Jacoby Brissett can play, but he certainly has his limitations. He made a couple of awesome throws. I think Jacoby Brissett played better than Justin Herbert.
Okay. They left. I mean, I think they probably had similar games. They left some points on the field here. I think the Cardinals leaving a bunch of points on the field in the first half ends up being the difference in the game. And, you know, if anything, I thought, again,
Trey McBride had an awesome game.
Are the Packers good? Yeah, maybe this is one where you're like, yeah, they got out of there with the win. They had the weird travel thing. But I mean, Jordan Love does, like, the confidence doesn't look like it's there. The defense it's very they have moments of they have stretches where they look solid against a backup quarterback, and then who knows. I don't know where I'm at with this. I was just before the show I was thinking about I was also looking at some inventory, and I was trying to figure out like who do I like in the North the rest of the season. And I think I think it's getting closer to where like them and the Packers are on a little bit of a who's going to be the second best team in the division, because for me the Lions are the clear number one now, but this Packers team, Olan's right to be talking a little shit.
I mean, they didn't get the cover. It never felt like they were going to get the cover. I thought that line was inflated. But
how do you think Dick Puncher handled the game?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure as a Packers fan, you think, hey, we were looking past this team. We dealt with that flight stuff. We had some weird play, but I don't know. They didn't look dominant, but they got the win. So hats off to them for the win. No cover. Last game, San Francisco 49ers get the win and the cover. We picked it at -2. 49ers win 20-10. Not a great game for Michael Penix on the road. Couple of boneheaded plays. I mean, when they got that intentional grounding to end the first half, that was just like
I was. Mwah.
And also, I would say Diablo going out, the linebacker for the Falcons. I don't think they stopped Christian McCaffrey, but him not being out there was a huge loss, I think. And no, this is just they're just kind of. I think they're going to still end up being in the playoffs, but they're going to be that fraudulent kind of not good team that gets into the playoffs. I think they're a much better team at home than they are on the road, and you saw a lot of that. And hats off to Robert Saleh. Like he coached up a hell of a game plan. Those 49ers on defense, a bunch of no-name guys played their ass off.
With Tatum Bethune, I think it's the backup linebacker who was wearing the green dot for Warner.
Yeah,
that was the big difference maker, because generally when you lose a guy like that, it's not something you can just quickly bounce back from. So I would say probably Bosa more important than Warner in this defense. Also worth. I mean, again, I think squarely Atlanta is a team that you can only bet on at home. Also, if they are a wild card team in the playoffs, that's going to be that's the auto favorite.
Well, if they have to go outdoors, I think this is they're just not as fast or whatever like the speed is that works for them.
We could see this as this could very well be a first round playoff matchup. Something like this. So.
Yeah. And it was just a dog shit game, honestly, like not that interesting.
Falcons going, I mean, I guess what's their best case scenario? Going to Detroit, playing a dome team?
In a dome.
Yeah.
If they play Detroit, that's an interesting matchup for them.
What about a rematch against the Bucks? Something like that. They play tight
at Tampa. I think they're going to lose, but I don't know. Maybe they get the cover.
Yeah. Penix, unfortunately, a little loose with the ball.
He's a young quarterback. We're brought to you by MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Head over there, get that sweet 100% bet back bonus up to $500. Terms and conditions apply. Use that promo code SGPN so they know we sent you. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. You know you're going to get the best prices when you use Novig. Download the Novig app, spend $5, get $50. Use the promo code SGPN, and they have a bunch of props as well. Ryan, I'll lead off because we're about to talk about some Monday night props. Mike Evans, anytime touchdown. Novig had it at +118.
Yes, we're all on this.
Yes, sir.
And I got it over at Novig. Promo code SGPN. Get $5 or spend $5, get $50 when you download the Novig app.
What was the official Mike Evans price you said on Novig?
I think 118.
My goodness.
Yes, on Novig.
I was going to say I locked it in before the show, and it's still +110. Yeah. When we discussed this days ago, it was even money.
Yeah,
and it's going the other direction.
I don't get it. First official prop for me. I think you're on it as well, Ryan. Mike Evans anytime touchdown.
It's a system play.
Yeah, is Mike Evans playing? Then yes, smash the Mike Evans anytime.
Do we want to talk about the Igbuka thing real quick?
I don't think he's playing, but it seems like there's a chance he might play.
I would bet a lot of money he's not playing, but they're saying he's a game time decision.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not offering props for it. I don't know what you do with that, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it because I mean I guess you could take the unders. I think it's going to be voided though.
No, I mean like is it giving us better prices on other guys potentially because they're holding Ibuka and they're not pushing out like the third, fourth receivers for the Bucks?
I don't think so.
Under on David Montgomery 43.5.
Oh, okay.
Rushing yards.
Yeah.
I was going back and forth between him and Gibbs. Gibbs is at 60.5. I just think we saw that special moment where they gave him a bunch of carries. I think in general, Todd Bowles is going to bottle up this rush attack. If this is going to turn into a shootout where Jared Goff's involved more than the running game. So David Montgomery under 43.5 rushing yards.
Ryan, give me Baker Mayfield over 3.5 rushing attempts.
For a second, I heard. I don't know what I thought I heard, but my brain. I heard Jared Goff, and I was about to go like, "Oh my god!" After the first touchdown fiasco, you're pushing the. Yeah, I love this play too.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's and you're getting if you're playing it over on Underdog, it's one of those spicier plays. I just think he gets the 4 rushing attempts. He's not going to go down without a fight. His yardage is pretty high at 21.5. I do like the over there, but I'd rather just kind of take the rush attempts. I think he tries at least 4 runs.
3-5, 2-4, 3-5.
Yeah,
has been his attempts, and he's slight tendency to run a little bit more on the road for what it's worth. So
yeah, I'm in. Give me Baker of rushing attempts.
And then I mean, a little bit of a recycled job here too, but we talked on the VSiN show about the Tez Johnson versus Cam Johnson conversation. We got to add another anytime for the the secondary is completely banged up for the Lions, but Cam Johnson's anytime is 7-1.
Oh, nice.
I believe he could be the more used Johnson. Tez Johnson his price is half of that, I believe. Let me I don't have the touchdown screen in front of me, but I don't think there should be that kind of gap here. I think we've seen it with Baker. He's going to throw it to the guy running the route. And so Tez Johnson, is plus 450. Cam Johnson is 7-1. One of those guys is scoring a touchdown. I'll throw out the Cam Johnson, and I gave out the 2 touchdowns on VSiN, and I chopped my unit in half. Played both guys.
You want to do the first touchdowns for
sure.
that game? Okay, for me, give me Baker Mayfield 35-1. Dog,
such a good price.
Sean Tucker at 40-1, I think is a bit of a steal. I don't think Rachaad White is a lock to be like this bell cow back. So Tucker at 40-1. He had 6 carries and a touchdown last game. I
completely agree. I did get a little off put when I saw. I thought his usage in my mind was more than what I thought I found. But he's the only other running back on a team that plays 2 running backs, and he's a little bit more of the more physical guy. So you could see him being the goal line guy. We already saw him kind of get that goal line work. Like you mentioned in the 6 carry performance where he scored the touchdown.
For the Lions, give me Isaac Tesla at 60-1. Continues to have a big role.
Obviously, we're both on this.
And then fuck it, Jared Goff one more time, 80-1. I need redemption.
All right.
What are you doing, Kramer?
I am with you on Tesla. I think we're just going to play Tesla until it hits.
Yeah.
60-1 also is an obscene price. So
agreed.
Lions. I went long with the Lions because obviously they're the chalk, so you're going to get a little bit of a boost on their deeper down the board guys. Brock Wright's 80-1. They're going to be running some 12 personnel stuff. They're going to be trying to.
Should I switch off Jared Goff
for right?
Yeah.
There is an element of sometimes I do put a guy on the card just because of the impact it would have for him to hit.
You know what? I leave it on there because they clearly were pissed off about that. And Dan Campbell has like these emotional things. Yeah, I'm sticking with Goff.
And then on the Buck side, I'm just going to stick with the Johnson & Johnson situation. Tez Johnson's only 30-1. Cam Johnson 75-1. If Cam Johnson scores the first touchdown in this game, all the bets are cashing. And I'll probably have a Cam Johnson with Mike Evans parlay maybe. We'll see.
All right, let's move to the late game. Ryan, Jackson Smith and Jigba. You got to be careful.
Be careful there, Sean.
This is a prop play courtesy of Rhythm. Of course, sign up on Rhythm today. Use the promo code SGPN25. Get you 25% off. And it's great. You can track your plays over there, and of course, get a chance to win $1,000. All you got to do: track 5 picks, college or pro. Highly recommend building your own models over there. Download the Rhythm app. Love it. Rhythm likes this. I like this. Jackson, I'll just call him JSN, under 87.5 receiving yards. This number is insanely high. The Texans secondary is very good at slowing down receiving yards, yardage, etc. It's a big reason why I think Texans are going to hang around. So yeah, give me JSN under 87.5 receiving yards.
Yes. I did the same thing, but I give me Nico Collins under 74.
Yeah, I think Rhythm might like that under as well.
Really?
Not 100%.
I look at both of these teams and they have one thing in common, that you got to take their number 1 receiver away. You just have to take him away. And I think both defenses have the schematical advantage to maybe do that. So under 74.5 receiving yards for Nico Collins.
Ooh, okay. Fun.
I mean, unders are never fun, Sean. That was not. You didn't mean that.
I played his prop reception ladder on the prop show, much to general consternation from my co-host. But Dalton Schultz over 38.5 receiving yards. Seahawks bad to guarding the tight end. Christian Kirk is now out, which I don't think that was on my radar. Yeah, we did the prop show.
Saw that on the morning kind of injury dump. Was a little surprised.
So that's just going to be more opportunity for Dalton Schultz. And to your point, Ryan, I don't know if Nico Collins has a massive game, but I like Dalton Schultz. If you want to play the receiving yards instead of the catch ladder, I don't hate that. I think he has a big game all around. So yeah, give me Dalton Schultz over 38.5 receiving yards.
All right, for me, we were talking about CJ Stroud earlier. Earlier in the show. Kind of hating on his second year, his drop back or his step back from being the GOAT. I'm going to fade his rushing yards. He's been getting a lot of rushing yards, and it's not in his nature. He doesn't want to run the ball. I don't think he's going to have quite the options against a Seahawks team that likes to sit, watch the quarterback, and attack. So we're going to go under. I wish 18.5 rushing yards for CJ Stroud. I understand that he's gone for 32, 27. 24, 11, and 30. But the last game against Baltimore, it was 1 long carry. The game before that against Tennessee, 4 for 11. I feel like that's what we're going to see more likely in this one against the Seattle defense on the road. So CJ Stroud under 18.5 rushing yards.
Yeah, I don't.
Take on the CJ Stroud mobility.
I'm with you. I think it's probably a hair high there. First touchdowns for me. Give me AJ Barner, 16-1.
Yeah.
Give me Torrey Horton. Here's a who at 22-1 on the Texan side. Obviously, give me Dalton Schultz at 15-1, and I will play the CJ Stroud 40-1 because that's a little high for CJ.
Okay, so I'm running back. Good luck. Hopefully, it's a short run, maybe a sneak. I'm gonna run back my Elijah Arroyo, AJ Barner double that I did a couple weeks ago. Barner, like you mentioned, is 16-1. Arroyo is 30-1. On the other side, I don't know what it was, but there were a couple of questions asked of the Houston coaching staff this week where Woody Marks caused the coaching staff to light up a little bit. I also noticed that Seattle has had some struggles against running backs in the past game. So we're gonna take a little Woody Marks at 12-1. And although I'm on the Seahawks, Sean. Well, here's my question for you, because I actually have a couple penciled in here. What are your thoughts on the Houston defense in this one? Does Darnold make an early mistake?
I think they're good for it.
Because I thought first, you know what? We're gonna make a slight adjustment. We're gonna play both defenses. Seattle. We're gonna scratch Arroyo. AJ Barner, Seattle defense. Seattle defense is 40-1 on the first touchdown, and Houston's defense is 30-1. So we're playing defenses. And AJ Barner, Woody Marks, first touchdown.
Love it.
The first game's a bit more fun. First touchdown.
Yeah. All right. Let's do a quick underdog entry, Ryan. What are you feeling on the underdog? I keep talking up Dalton Schultz. I mean, do we have to put Mike Evans in there, right?
It seems like that would be the starting point, right?
Yeah.
The foundational piece.
Mike Evans gets in the end zone. Let's go.
So then I would say maybe we play one of the unders on the receivers that we like.
A lower, you mean?
Sorry, one of the lowers on the receivers we like.
Yeah, I'm good with JSN. Or do you want to do Nico?
I'm also good with either. I just my biggest concern with JSN is that every other team has tried to do that so far and it hasn't worked.
Okay,
but
so Nico,
I would lean Nico over JSN slightly. That's why I played it. But
all right, let's put a little Boostober on this as well.
What happened to my? I don't know if something happened. It's still October. I stopped getting the Boostobers.
Mike Evans higher rushing receiving touchdown. Nico Collins lower 73.5 receiving yards. $100 entry would return you like 387, I think 350.
Yeah, it's a little good. Both or at least the one is a little bit spicy. Evans to get in the end zone is a little spicy for some reason. What are we doing?
Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN.
And I apologize. Boostober is back on. I was not looking in the right place. We're back.
All right. So for my Ronnie, you go first, Ryan.
Hold on. Let me put the under. The chat's got to get the Underdog link before we can talk about long shots.
Okay.
All right. So chat has the link. Now, a little bit of recycling this because we talked about it on the VSiN show. I'll keep saying that, but I really think that Cam Johnson is going to be the more utilized guy between him and Tez Johnson. And that is, but the world has met Tez Johnson, really found his MVP story to be hilarious. And so he's getting the much shorter prices. So I think what we do here is I'm going to lean into the 2 touchdowns for Cam Johnson, which, what do you think that price is now? Because it's moved out a little bit since we had this conversation. Cam Johnson 2 touchdowns,
80 to 1.
It's 125 to 1. Do I even need to add anything to it? Sean?
No, that's degenerate.
That
enough.
feels like the play. Cam Johnson 2 touchdowns, 125 to 1.
Okay,
but if you wanted to have fun, no, go ahead, Sean. You go.
All right. For me, I'm gonna chase what Kramer pulled off last Monday night with a first touchdown parlay.
Oh,
give me Baker Mayfield parlayed first touchdown with Dalton Schultz parlayed first touchdown. That's 575 to 1, and Baker Mayfield first touchdown parlayed with CJ Stroud first touchdown. That's 1,475 to 1.
I will have to put a parlay together. And just from a name standpoint, it does seem like Isaac Tesla and Woody Marks go together nicely.
It's a nice pairing. Thank you everyone for tuning in as always. Of course, answering all your questions, comments over on Spotify. Toss us 5 stars while you're there. We'll be back after the Monday night games, recapping all the action, talking about our props, hopefully celebrating some wins, and then early look at Thursday night football.
Programming note. There is a late Monday night game, so we'll be
super late for the Degens live.
What do we think? Like 10 p.m. ish, maybe a little
10
later.
o'clock Pacific. So get your rest.
Sleep well now.
And of course, as always,
we'll be talking about Thursday night props late.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Bye, Shane Bowen.
Kramer. Let it ride.